Hey everybody, it's Jen, your parent advocate with the Florida Center's FASD clinic, and Amy is back with me. Hey Amy.
Hey, good morning, Jen, and good morning, everyone out there in Florida Center and FASD world.
Good morning. We are here for your next fun learning episode of Different Children, Different Approach. We're finding ways to make navigating special education a little less challenging. So I'm excited for our conversation today. I have found that this understanding and this tool has been such a great learning experience for me as a caregiver, and then it's something that I share with lots of other caregivers that I work with. So Amy, can you give us a little bit of information what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah, we're actually going to talk about the most important part of the IEP. And believe it or not, that would be the present levels. It's probably something that is overlooked or brushed by, but if the present levels are not accurate, and if they're not current or they're not comprehensive, based on some objective observations and or test data, then you're not going to have a clear sense of what your child needs in the academic environment. So this moment, this conversation between Jen and myself is really about parents learning how to develop that accurate and up-to-date present level. It's not hard, and it's the foundation to the entire IEP. And Jen, I think you have a great story to tell about that.
Oh, it's so part of the present levels and part of every IEP is a section where they ask parents about, hey, mom and dad, what are your concerns? And I now know that this, again, is in every IEP. So this is something I can be prepared for when I go to that meeting, right? And the last time we had an IEP meeting for my kiddo, I had gone in, I had looked at my draft that I requested the night or, beforehand so I could review it. And I had a chance to thoughtfully prepare my parent statement. And it could be about my concerns where we are, my concerns about some potential struggles. It was just a really great opportunity for me to have a moment to really put some thought into what I want my input in that section of the IEP to be. It was actually kind of funny. We had a Zoom meeting, and we're going through the process, and they were, hey mom, so what are your concerns? I'm like, oh, actually I have these typed out. Let me copy and paste from my Word document that I have here, and I'll just put it in the chat for you. If you could have seen the faces of the participants in that meeting, they were like, whoa, look at you, mom. And it was so great because that having the knowledge that the parent concern was part of what we were going to be talking about and having the time to prepare helped me feel like an equal part of that IEP meeting. And it was really great. They were quite impressed. They were noting that included some of the things that we were going to be discussing. And so it was a really great chance to not be in a position of feeling like I'm flying from my hip when I'm contributing what my portion of that meeting was. It was awesome.
That's right. Or even feeling inferior, right? So the way it's going to go when you're in that IEP meeting, moms and dads, is, you're going to go ahead, you'll state the child's name, state the child's birthday, kind of the obvious sorts of things. And then what you're going to do is you're going to provide current functions academically and in the real world. Now, remember, the academic stuff is from your point of view, because the teacher is going to fill in that as well and include that in present levels, but you get to say, so you actually get to say, I've noticed that my son or daughter has really done better on the 5-word spelling tests instead of the 10. So that's really worked academically. Thank you. So when you're think about the academic stuff, things that are going on in the classroom that you're learning about at home and how your child is or is not responding, or your teen. And also think about real world. So you have 2 different categories to think about regarding present levels. And the IEP team, they're going to come in and fill in the test scores, they're going to fill in the grades, but the present levels is much more than that. It's the now, it's what's happening today, right? And it's just the area of the IEP that is prepared for the least, but you have the most control over. So our gift to you today is to consider what your child's present level is and to actually write it out in a way that's meaningful, the academic space and the real life space. And then you go in and you're ready to go and you'll get that response, girl, that is so good. And you're going to feel pumped up about you as a mom instead of feeling like defeated or deflated or like, I don't know what his present level is or her present level is, right? So this is your moment to shine. And once you shine, you're going to get to yes.
It's really awesome. And I think one of the things too, Amy, we had worked with another caregiver who we were going over her IEP for her kiddo. And some of the data that was in the present level was some really old testing. So I think that's something else to be watching out for when we look at present levels, is
That's
to make sure that we're not looking at stuff that's like 4 or 5 years old, because
That's right.
a lot can change.
Well, that is a really important part, because if it's not updated, then the team is working with information that could be harmful or detrimental to a student's progress. And it will cost the district, because if you're not working with present level material or information, the district's going to get in trouble. We're not trying to get anyone in trouble. We're trying to help your child or your teen succeed and move forward. And so this foundation of the present levels is the key to the IEP.
So true, Amy. I 100% agree. I think that understanding and knowing about present levels and how that plays out, and then how that information then goes forward into the goals or the accommodations or, the rest of the IEP itself, that it's just a great place to have a baseline starting knowledge.
Yeah, it's the most important. It's fundamental to a successful IEP. Moms and dads, this isn't a difficult task, but it is a time-consuming one where you do have to sit down and you do have to think, okay, how is my child doing academically? Have a conversation with your child. This isn't, remember, the IEP is between the child and the education system. It's not between you and the school. You're just the deliverer of information, or testifying really about observations. So take your opportunity and jot down some notes, interview your partner in parenting, interview your child or your teen, bring that information to the table, and you will get to yes. And that IEP will go better.
Absolutely. Hey, Amy, question for you.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to learn more about where they can, understand more than just what we're talking about today about present levels, where can families go to look up that information?
Yeah, I would go to rightslaw.com. So WRIGHT and SLAW and then .com. Rights Law. They are the, they're the it in special education.
Awesome. All righty, guys. Well, I hope that this is a great little nugget, and that when you have your next IEP meeting, you'll be maybe in a place to have some great contribution and have that parent concern ready to go. All right. We thank you very much. And next time we'll be back with another episode of Different Children, Different Approach.